Welcome back to NationCast Now. Stay informed, stay ahead. The recent meeting between President Donald Trump and Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese was expected to be a routine diplomatic event. A few handshakes, a few press statements, and maybe some polite smiles for the cameras. But what actually happened was anything but routine. The moment that grabbed everyone's attention came when a reporter asked about Kevin Rudd, the Australian ambassador to the United States and his past. Criticism of President Trump's response was as direct as it gets. He said, and I quote, "I don't like you either. I don't, and I probably never will." Now, let's take a step back. This meeting wasn't just a random diplomatic stop. It came after a 9-month delay, a delay that had already sparked speculation in both Washington and Canberra. So, when that question came up, it touched a nerve. Not just personally, but politically. You see, Kevin Rudd isn't new to controversy. He's a former Australian Prime Minister himself, and over the years, he's been very vocal in his criticism of Trump's leadership style. So when Trump fired back with that line, it wasn't just off-the-cuff humor, it was layered with history. But here's the interesting part. Right after that sharp exchange, the tone in the room completely changed. Trump followed up by saying, "All is forgiven." Then he praised Australia as an amazing ally. He reaffirmed America's commitment to the AUKUS submarine deal, calling it full steam ahead. And he even applauded Australia's growing defense investments, highlighting the magnificent holding pads being built for submarines. So, what are we supposed to make of this mix of candor and charm? On one hand, this is pure Trump, unfiltered, unscripted. The kind of authenticity his supporters admire. He says what he feels, even when it's not diplomatically correct. And then, he moves straight into business like nothing happened. It's the style that made him both unpredictable and, for some, refreshingly real. From this perspective, it's actually strategic. He clears the air immediately, gets his emotions out, and then focuses on strengthening the alliance. It sends a message. I can be honest with my friends and still get the job done. But on the other hand, diplomacy isn't supposed to work that way. It's built on restraint, on separating personal feelings from national interests. When a world leader says something personal about a foreign ambassador, especially on camera, it can create ripples that go far beyond one. Room ambassadors, after all, represent their countries officially, so a personal jab, even if followed by a quick "all is forgiven," can still come off as dismissive, maybe even undiplomatic. That's why some experts are calling this moment a minor diplomatic blunder. Others, though, see it as refreshing honesty, because, let's face it, world leaders often say one thing in public and another behind closed doors. Trump? He just skips the closed doors part. Now, if we look at the practical side, the alliance between the US and Australia seems perfectly intact. The AUKUS defense deal is moving forward. Military cooperation remains strong, and both leaders publicly reaffirmed their friendship. So, in terms of results, no visible damage done, but still, this moment opens up a much bigger conversation, one that goes beyond Trump or Australia. It's about how diplomacy itself is changing. In an era where voters value authenticity more than etiquette, are we witnessing the end of traditional, carefully rehearsed diplomacy? Or are there still boundaries, lines that even the most authentic leaders shouldn't cross? Maybe this is just how modern politics works now. In a world of instant headlines, viral clips, and social media outrage, being real can sometimes carry more political weight than being polite. But the question remains, how much real is too real? So what do you think? Was this a moment of refreshing honesty or an unnecessary risk in global diplomacy? Share your thoughts below, and let's keep the discussion thoughtful and respectful. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because the world of politics never runs out of surprises.